All right, good afternoon, boys and girls. We're on lesson 92, dividing by two-digit numbers. Your objective for today is to divide a two-digit number and use compatible numbers to estimate the solution to a problem. And your math joke is, what mode do you use in math games? And you use multiplayer mode. Anyway, this is your math vocab today is permutation, which is an arrangement of objects in a specific order. You're not going to need to know this for the math lesson, but you're going to need to know it for um, Power Up 92. All right, so what we're learning today is to divide two-digit numbers, all right, using two-digit divisors. So when we begin using this problem or doing these problems, we're going to break this into smaller problems, right? And so what you're going to do is you're going to first look at the first number here, see a 150, and see if our divisor can go into the first number, which it can't. So we go move on to the second number. Now 12 goes into 15 one time. So we do 1 times 12 is 12. And then we subtract, which we get 3. Then we bring down our 0. And then we need to figure out, okay, how many 12s go into 30? Now, this part might be a little bit more difficult since you guys don't really know your two-digit multiplication facts. And so it might take you more than one try. And so what you're going to do, well, I know that 2 times 12 is 24. So 2 is going to work. But if your number that when you multiply out, is bigger than this number here, then you need to reduce this number, okay? So 2 times 12 is 24, then you subtract, and then if your remainder is too big, is bigger than this number, you need to revisit what you're dividing by, okay? So we put in a remainder as 6. Now how to check it? We times the divisor with our quotient, 12 times 12, and you get 144. You add the remainder, which is 6, and you get 150. All right, now we're in example number 2. Same deal. You're going to look at 32 and go into 98. Well, here's a trick. What you can do is you take the first number here in your divisor, which is 3, and then figure out, okay, how many 3's can go into 9? Well, I know that 3 3's can go into 9, so I'm going to times this by 3. I'm going to put it over the 8, all right? Make sure that you put it over the second digit because you're you're going into 98, not 9. So 3 times 32 equals 96. And then I subtract and I get 2, bring down my 7. Now, 32 cannot go into 27. So I have to put in a 0 here. 0 times 32 is 0. Then I subtract and I get 27. That's my remainder. Now we check this by timesing 32 times 3, and then add our 0, we get 960. Add 27 to it, and we get 987. Okay. Same kind of deal when you do word problems at division. You do, if we're doing 868 divided by 24, what we're going to do, instead of rounding down, we're going to use compatible numbers, okay? So we're going to use 25 instead of rounding down to 20, because 25 goes into hundreds a lot easier and to count than it is to go into with 20. And plus 25 is closer to how many students per one teacher, right? Okay, so we're going to round up to 875 instead of rounding up to, like, say 900, because 875 works well. So the number 75 works well with 25, right? 3/4 is 75 cents. And so we're going to do 875 instead of rounding up to 800. And that's a call that you have to just do on your own and think of it. It's better to use numbers that round well and that are closer to the actual numbers when we're using compatible numbers to estimate. Okay, and then when you do the algorithm, 875 divided by 25 equals 35. So your answer is the school is going to need 35 teachers. Okay, here's your lesson practice for today. You're going to use compatible numbers to estimate the quotients in these first problems. Remember, you don't have to round down to the actual number. You have to figure out numbers that work well together. And then, and that's it. If you have any questions, feel free to write those questions on the back. And we will see you in the morning. Have a great day.